Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pragya if you're new here. Today we'll be going over 5 different ways to stop on roller skates. If you have not already checked out my video, 8 tips for beginner roller skaters, I would really appreciate it if you could go check it out. I have a lot of tips in there that I wish I knew I had known when I first started skating. And before we get into this video, if you could take one moment to like and subscribe down below, I would really appreciate it. So the first way to stop on roller skates is to take a knee. Now, this is something I actually included in one of my older videos for the 8 tips for beginner roller skaters. So I'll just be using the footage from that video. And what you'll need for this is you'll need knee pads, maybe even wrist guards if we're being honest, especially if you're new, and then toe guards because you don't want to scuff up your skate. Stopping this way is the best for whenever you're a beginner or if there's an emergency. For example, if you're hill bombing and you have all of your gear and you don't know how to stop, take a knee, because at the end of the day, you would rather take a knee with your knee pads than crash into something. So the second way to stop is the pizza stop. If you're a skier, then you probably have heard this terminology before. If you're not, maybe you have not heard this terminology before. But basically what it is you'll be making a pizza with your skates and you'll be pointing your toes inwards and be using your inner edges, so your inner set of wheels, and you'll just be pointing them inwards and slowing yourself down in a pizza form. For this type of stop, you don't really need anything. The most important thing with this stop is to learn how to stop on a flat surface before you try any type of incline, because there are certain muscles in your legs that just might not be developed. And I know for me, if I don't use the stop very often, those muscles for me just get underdeveloped until I get used to them again. You might feel some pressure on the inner edges of your knees, and that's pretty normal. Just be careful not to push yourself too much, but that is essentially all you need for the pizza stop. So the third way to stop is to do a circle around. For this type of stop, you don't really need anything. The main thing with this is just practicing at a slower speed before you add speed to this. When I first started learning how to use this stop, it was actually very confusing. I was falling over my own feet and kind of practiced the movements of opening up my feet a little bit and kind of knowing what the angle is going to be, because honestly there is a sweet spot and it's really hard to figure out what it is without actually testing it yourself. And then once you start figuring out what angles work best for your feet and where you should be looking and all of that, then you kind of get a hang of okay, this is how I do the circle around, now I can add some speed. So the fourth way to stop on skates, and this is my favorite way to stop, and I have a bad habit of only using one foot to stop this way, but this is my best and favorite way to stop, is to use the T-stop, or what some people call the L-stop. And you don't want to be dragging along, you want to be dragging all 4 wheels. The reason why I was taught initially for this was because if you're dragging your ankle behind like this, specifically for derby purposes, is that some girl could come and just snap your ankle. However, I continue this practice to have all 4 wheels on the ground, even though I don't play derby, mainly because you definitely have more friction between 4 wheels on the ground versus 2 wheels on the ground. Basic science, you'll have more friction and you'll stop faster, and that's the goal. You want to be able to stop as fast as possible. For this stop, all you need is basic balance, honestly, and just getting comfortable. My tip is I like to kind of emulate my arms, what I'm doing with my legs. I'll kind of open up my arms and it'll literally be me mirroring my legs and my feet, just because it's just a psychological thing where it's just oh, if I have to do a T-stop, I'll do a T-stop with my hands too, and it just kind of helps me stop. So the fifth way to stop is the jump transition. I personally do not use the stop because it is really hard for me, and I usually fall when I do the stop. It's something I'm working on.
I don't like this one. I'm not very good at this one.
The only thing you'll need for the stop is your toe stops, because whenever you do your jump and transition, you'll be stopping using your toe stops. The good thing about the stop is that it is very quick, so if you learn how to use the jump transition into your toe stops, then you will literally stop so fast. It's actually pretty impressive. Time to show you my favorite combo of when I put all my stops together for going down hills. The downhill in this video is pretty small, but for the purpose of showing you the combination of all these tricks, I thought, you know what, let me just put this together and have an educational moment. So as I'm going down the hill, you'll see that I'm doing the pizza stop. From the pizza stop, I go into the T-stop. From the T-stop, you'll see that I do the circle, and then I'll do instead of doing a jump transition, I use my toe stops. And that is how I combine all the different types of stops together. At the end of the day, you can mix and match whatever combos feel comfortable for you, because there's really no right or wrong way to do this, or right or wrong way to skate and stop on skates. It's just whatever feels comfortable with you. Hopefully you learned something new in this video, and I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you. I hope to see you on my next video, and until then, keep skating, because where I am, I really can't skate as much anymore because it's getting cold and I don't do well with the cold. But yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.